Not live yet.
Yes, it's. I put already in live. It just focused there. It's counted now. That's okay. It's live. It's not you posting. You will not post it. Yes. Yeah. Laila, then.
Yeah, you can continue. Because I need my hand for the microphone. You must mix it here with the move together. Yeah. So look, this is.
Okay. Carlo is live. Okay.
So I'm here talking about the camera here and then.
Lahi ni Jay, lahi ni Jay.
It's
Ako lang siyang gipatanaw dra.
better one person or two person?
One person.
Okay, then you make it alone. So when I say it's 4.9 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon, which is how much is this? Then you make like this that we see the 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is there's also one new idea. When I finish here and we have this one is done, before we go there, we go then here. Yeah, you follow? So this is the background. Yeah. I'm standing there. Stand there. No, there. This way. So then I say, hydrogen is very nice, but we don't have enough. So we must think of what we are getting from the Earth. What is the sun providing part? And then I continue here.
Before here, then here, after, then here, after,
Understand?
after.
Okay. So we put the live camera maybe there. Where's the live camera now?
The live here.
Hello. Third here, second, then third. Okay, over here. Then this is done. Then this is done.
When I'm here, 4, 5, and then here.
Okay, okay.
So that's the next. Then we go there.
Yeah, this,
Then we go here. Then we go there.
7, okay. Yeah.
Here we focus down. So who's making the cameraman for the live?
The
So he can also show the cameraman including. So you just follow us when we walk along, and you can also show PG when we make our job there. And also, and then later we walk along here, you follow, including showing the cameraman. Not all the time, then you go and whatever.
Butangan MC. Kay butangan ko sa dig. Ito ba ka mag-uusap?
Sure na po mo ban.
Bali mag-video ra ka sa mga pre. Video-videohan lang minimo ba kung sa gibuhat na mo. Kay live man ang mo.
Sunod-sunod rin ko nila. Sunod ka nila.
Dili, para na nako dito, pwede ra ka diri. Nyag na ako dito ana, surag pan lang ka ba?
Naka-live ka ta.
O nya pag abot dito pre mo, balik man mi diri mo. Atras na pud ka.
Naka-live ka.
Kaya diri pre.
Live din.
Ano pre diri ka pre no? Atras na dito. Kay mo balik.
Ano mo?
Mag-microphone siya te. Lalan din ko te, mag-microphone te. Para makadungog yung cellphone.
Di, wadi klaro to yung headset.
Yeah, beto pinalit pa yung taon to niya.
Asa mo yung... Hado dong. Ano, where's your cell phone? Your cell phone.
Stop.
Diri ko ro dapit eh. Diri man ko dapit. Oh, diri gani ko.
Sige, sige. Kani kay... Live mo na lang.
Dili pwede ko na lang.
Pwede bukod. Anao lang naman pagka... Anao no?
Layo lang ka ba para klaro ninyo.
Sabod ko ang stand ba.
Di ko ora.
Gugma nang ba.
Karon magud kay nag... Stand by. Ipangita ka. Ibi to ra maglakaw ng mga kagwang nga rama diri. Ay nagyoyom.
Don't forget live. We need also this. But this is for pee-pee. Do you have another one of those?
Yeah, PGs can hold this one.
We don't have another one of those.
I don't know.
Ate like like this.
Yes.
Nang lang masiglag in siglag daw. Kita biya ko lang pang nagtanaw. Kinala daw ka magkuan. Uy. Hala, dong.
Karon ko kay na ba?
Gwapo na.
Murag ako.
Murag gwapo na. Uy.
Ito siya natin.
Naman tayo mga gipagtipan sa una. Ay, ano ba?
This is for this one.
Ako lagi.
You must go to the video.
Kau yang mana? Iftaran yang mana? Iftaran yang mana?
Magkuha sa bata, batang out.
Very good coffee. Mark is there, I think. Thomas, you see the Thomas?
Yes.
Okay, leave it. In the leaf.
Ilang kabok sa? Ilang kabok pa na?
No Bluetooth made.
Bluetooth
I
mode.
must speak like this. Because that's the...
Kundita rin ito, i-offer na eh.
Ha?
Kundita.
Pwede lang na. Ay,
Para doon kayo malupat.
pwede lang natin. Pwede lang sa ilang po. Ihanang. Ihanang po.
Okay. One, two, three.
Yara.
Okay.
Okay now?
No, I think
Tissue.
you don't have that.
Wala. Nasa pala. Sa bar.
Great. Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
All of the
Thank
Philippines.
you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Start in a few minutes. Just don't be impatient. Your time will come.
The sun will come. Ilang ka ba, Dede? Ilang ka ba?
You can make a handshake. You say 1, 2, 3.
One, two, three.
Good morning, good evening, and good night to everybody. Good afternoon also to our listener all over the world. We would like to welcome you to our last and final recording of our presentation about the future of hydrogen. Okay, now I would like to introduce you to my wife, Carmelina Evers, who is now asking me the question, and we start with the first question.
Okay, our winner participants today, Arno A. Evers, is not the only oldest, has most global experience in commercializing hydrogen, but also lives on the other side of the globe. Arno, where do we reach you?
Well, you reach me here on Samal Island, which is south of the Philippines, off Davao, which is our capital, so to say. And I'm here now for 3 years, and we've built our little environment called Sunny Houses at Samal Island. There's also a web page, sunnyhouses.samalisland.com.
Okay, Arnold, can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure, I can. Actually, I'm born 1946 in Hamburg, Germany, and I was learning the trade of an electromechanics also in Hamburg from 1962 to 1965. Then I went to England, to London, and I was working for the British company Decca Radar Limited and Decca Navigator Limited. And later they sent me to the Persian Arabian Gulf. So I was there 1 year, and my headquarters was in Doha, Qatar. But I was also going to Dubai, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, and everywhere.
Wow, that's great.
Okay?
Okay, Arnold, when did you hear the word hydrogen for the first time?
I heard this for the first time in the year 1985 by my former boss at that time, that was Dr. Ludwig Bölkow. He was the founder of the German aircraft industry. I was working in this company for 23 years, and it was a great experience. And Mr. Bölkow had the famous drawing about the life cycle of hydrogen already printed out 1985 as a poster in his office behind his desk.
Okay, and then?
And then Bölkow visited me. And then I founded actually the group exhibit Hydrogen and Fuel Cells at the Hanover Fair, 1995. And Bölkow visited me in 1996. I was very proud that this famous man came to visit me on my little exhibition in Hanover.
Okay, so which bring us to the topic you wanted to tell us something about your insight and prospect in the commercialization of hydrogen.
Okay, let's follow. We will now see our 8 pictures which we have prepared here. So we have prepared 8 pictures to give you an overlook about the hydrogen and fuel cell past and its future. And I also would like to give you some advices what has to do next. So let us start with the sun, because the sun is the foundation of all in our solar system. Without the sun, there would be no life on Earth. So we come to our first picture, number 1. That is the Earth's energy balance. So the energy which we get from the sun to the Earth every day is quite immense. It's 5.6 10 to the square 24 joule per year. That's hardly to imagine lot. So the energy which is emitted by the sun in 1 hour would supply the energy needs for the whole world for almost 1 year. So which means the man-made energy which we make in power plants and so on is rather little compared to what we get from the sun. It's only 0.005% of the whole solar radiation which we receive in 1 year.
Okay, that's not much. Actually, frightening a little.
Yeah, that's not much indeed. So let's have a closer look to this mechanical energy conversion made by men. This is our second picture. Number 2, the worldwide energy production by source from 1860 to 2021. You may ask why from 1860, because in 1860 the industrialization started with the usage of coal in steam engines and also in mobile steam engines later, and then the oil came up and also the gas following some decades later. These are the fossil energies, oil, coal and gas. And now we are talking about renewable energies. The biggest renewable energy is traditional biomass, which was also in use in 1860 already, this green line. That is still used for heating and cooking all over the world. Even in Germany, there are still many households who are cooking on wood and on coal. later the wind and solar energy came up, but this is only very little compared to the fossil energies. Okay?
Okay, the actual share of the wind and solar energy is relatively small.
Yes, that's true. So when we look backwards, when we look to the years from 1970 or 60 to 1980, this curve shows the increase of oil. That's basically the transport in United States when they all get their cars, when they build the big highways. That was a very steep increase of the usage of oil. However, I'm sorry to say, but we cannot make a steep increase like this because the energy density of wind and of solar is not comparable to oil. It's much more smaller.
Okay, then what can you tell us about the German power grid?
Yeah, that's a good question. The German power grid actually, that's number 3, is very huge. It has total length of 1.9 million kilometers. So 1.9 million kilometer, that's the total length of the German power grid. This figure doesn't say much, but it is in fact 4.9 times the distance from the Earth to the Moon. So we make a little demonstration. We connect, here's Germany, very small country. We go up to the Moon, number 3, and number 4.9. So we have 4.9 the distance from the Earth to the Moon. And only for a small country like Germany, which we see hardly find on the globe, that's this little yellow thing there. You show it. There's Germany, this little, yeah, that's Germany, this little yellow country, hardly to see on the globe. So this is like Canada, US, that's Russia, China, and India. So again, we are back to Germany, so it's very hard to understand why they have an electrical grid which is 4.9 times from the Earth to the Moon, which is in fact 47.7 times around the equator, the equator of the Earth.
Okay, then how has the German power grid developed in recent years? Aren't the grid operators doing something about that?
They are not doing much actually. We just have coffee. Just a second. Thank you. The German power grid operators, owners and operators, they have not done much because the increase of the length of the German power grid up to 1.9 million kilometer, 1.7 million kilometer, it's in average only 6.9%. 6.9 in 10 years. This means 0.69% in 1 year. So that's not very much. Also, they are getting subsidized interest rate, which are much more higher than the bank rate. But still, it's only very little. And what is promised now to get it rapidly upwards, it's hard to imagine when you know how long it took them from this figure 1.7 million kilometer to 1.9 million kilometer within 10 years.
Okay, and how does it affect electricity prices in Germany?
Only very little. In fact, it's a negative effect because the electrical prices in Germany are normally very high. Not normally, but by tradition they are very high. So they are up from 70. From 1 year they went down from 2000, or in 2 years, 2098 to 2000. They went down to 13.9 euro cents per kilowatt hour. But then they are going up, and up. And at the moment they are nearly 50 euro cents per kilowatt hour. So that's what the German households are paying. And inside the electricity household bill, there are 11 different components which have to be paid by the German households. So the share for the network is this blue scale here. That went up from 6.93 euro cents per kilowatt hour to 9.52 euro cents per kilowatt hour in this time from 2006 to 2023. So that's not very clever because it's a lot of money which has to be paid by the German households.
Okay, now we should come to hydrogen.
Yes, now we should come to hydrogen. That's a good question. So I will stand here. So hydrogen is actually nothing new. Hydrogen has been used since many years, actually since 1929. It started in Norway, making fertilizer from the hydropower in Norwegian mountains. Later, there is a couple of companies all over the world who are making the hydrogen. There's a couple of companies who are making the hydrogen, but it's only a technical gas. It has nothing to do with saving the world or electrical carrier. It is only to make fertilizer, to let it use for industrial appliances, industrial jobs, and for the spacecraft and this kind of stuff, but not to save the world.
Okay, so we do the electrolysis after all.
Yes, now 5% of this hydrogen all over the world of today is made by electrolyzing. 95% is coming from fossil fuels, mainly from gas, also from coal. So we come now to the hydrogen from, good afternoon, nice to meet you. We're coming now to the hydrogen and the laws of physics. So we need the water. When we have 1 liter of water, it contains 0.11 kilogram of hydrogen. And to make the hydrogen out of the water, we need 5.6 kilowatt hours of energy. That's our electrolyzer. That one. To make this hydrogen, which we have just got from our electrolyzer, back to electricity, we have only 3.7 kilowatt hour of energy stored in this hydrogen. But in this fuel cell, which is here, we get only 1.8 kilowatt hours out again. So the overall efficiency of this whole process is just 25 to 35%. That's not much, but it's also comparable to the efficiency of a combustion engine. So we must know this and think about if that's the right way which we have to follow.
Okay, that sounds kind of better. So what should we do?
Yeah. We should again start what I told you before about the Earth's energy balance. We should think about what we have available on our property, and maybe then we have a better idea to make the energy for the people.
Are there already examples?
Yes, there are examples of some independent houses. I have here a model by coincidence. This is our personal power provider, which we have here. So we are using all renewable energies which are available on the property, like hydropower, like biomass, solar power, wind energy, geothermal, and running water. And this is then combined in this electrolyzer. Here is combined and then added together for the usage of the people who are living in this house. We have domestic hot and cold water, we have something to heat or to cool, we have electricity, we can use all our appliances, and in the end we can also use our car, which we can then let it find its way into the garage. So that's my idea, to use all available renewable energies on a property to fulfill all the energy needs of a house, then we don't need electricity, we don't need gas, and we don't need anything else. We are independent, and maybe there are even some new sources which we don't even know today, and maybe there are also some new appliances, applications which we don't know today. That can be the future.
Okay, so, and what happens then?
Then we come to our sunny houses at Samal Island. That's what we do it here. We have here installed our 24 solar panels on top of our swimming pool. We have one unit for the day use, one unit for the night, and it's all together. That's a charging unit. They are combined here electronically, and they fulfill all our electrical needs for the sunny houses at Saman Island. For Speer, we have still a diesel generator, but we have not used it for maybe 2 years now. And we have still a grid connection, I must admit, but we only need maybe 20% from our former bill from the grid. 80% we are saving by the solar power for day and for night.
Okay, and then how you do it in the Philippines?
That's what I just trying to explain. That's how we do it on the Philippines. So that's our solution for the sunny houses at samanisland.com. There were other houses I have also visited, like in Thailand and in Sweden, but at the moment these houses are rather expensive. So we must think maybe we find a better solution.
Okay, but to the hydrogen, what should we do now? Should we stop the work?
No, of course not. We shall not stop the work. We must carry on with our graphic. The last one is number 8. Yes. Here we see the path for hydrogen and fuel cells on the way to a successful commercialization. So actually at the moment a lot of work is already been done for the sources of hydrogen, the production, distribution, storage and utilization. There are many people, thousands of people working all over the world on these challenges, but they are only like island solutions. We need a mutual motivation to work better together and to find the right path to come to a successful commercialization of hydrogen and fuel cells.
Okay, so what to do next?
Well, next, we must analyze this graphic. Everybody of our viewers has been working on this, one of those topics, sometimes for many years or for some decades, but we must know what the others are doing. We need a better cooperation, we need a better networking, and when we have analyzed this picture, as I'm trying to explain to you in my little presentation, then we maybe have the right way, which is this one, our last picture, number 8A. So here you see what we have to concentrate on. We have to concentrate only on the direct renewable sources for making the hydrogen. We must make it decentralized, not in huge plants, in small units which are owned and operated by the people. We need new methods for the distribution. We need new materials for the storage of the hydrogen. And the most important thing, we need new products and services which we don't even have now. We must think about what can we do to fulfill the need of the people, and then we will think of a new product or a new service which may be a combination, and then this thing will automatically pull all the activities into this direction. That is my vision.
Okay.
And that's my proposal.
What does it mean?
Well, it means that we must work together from all these activities. They are very nice, and I'm following them 24/7 here from the Philippines. So, but this makes only sense when we work together, when this guy is knowing what he is doing, and when this guy is knowing what she is doing here. And then we need networking, compare our knowledge, combine our knowledge and learn from the lessons which we have learned, and then we come to our pathway on the way to the to the successful commercialization.
Okay, so that is what you mean by new thinking.
Yeah, that's what I mean by new thinking, and I have a little slogan for that, using for many decades. The slogan goes, power to the people, people to the power, people are the power. So that means we need give people who are working here, give them the assurance that they're doing a great job, and give them the freedom from the company and the time and the money that they can continue on their own ideas, not waiting for subsidies from the government, because can the government know what the future of energy will be? The government will never know it. So there are many mistakes made by the government, even now when there is a German hydrogen pathway or roll out thing. It will not work because a government can never think about how the future of energy will look. This can only come by these people, and we must give them the freedom to work on their own initiative and on their own ideas.
Okay, that's good. Do, do we still have time for questions?
Yes, sure. There's time for question. Our audience can contact me by email, arno@hydrogenambassadors.com, or by WhatsApp. I can also make guided tour here through our little community, the sunny houses at Samal Island. You can go on my website and also on my YouTube channel. There are more than 400 little videos explaining what we are doing here and also the future of hydrogen and fuel cells.
Okay, that's great.
So I would like to make some acknowledgements. I would like to make some acknowledgement. First of all, I would like to thank my team here who has been working on this very hard for some weeks. I would like to thank Thomas Schermeyer, our graphic designer, who has been working in Starnberg to make all these graphics for many years. And also, I would like to thank Yara Prints from Babak, who are making these nice printouts here for us, very efficient within a few days. Well, yet again, I would like to ask you to start a new way of thinking about the future of hydrogen and fuel cells.
Okay. We're finished.
Yeah, you are done.
We're done.
Thank you.
Congratulations for everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And get in touch with me whenever you like. And I think say goodbye, and I'm looking forward to your contacts. Bye bye.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye. Okay, kana lang muna. The live is, we close the live or, okay.
Okay, that was good. Thank you very much. That was the best we had so far. Oh.
Huh?
I hope there's something on the recording. How many visitors? Maybe 4. Oh, there's one, maybe 3.
It's 5 at